Salut à tous, j'espère que tout le monde va bien. Ici Aziz, on se retrouve aujourd'hui pour quelque chose que je n'ai pas fait depuis très longtemps, des interviews. Alors aujourd'hui ce que je vous propose c'est 30 minutes avec DEZ FAFARA, le chanteur de Cold Chamber et de Devil Driver. J'ai eu l'occasion de le rencontrer par rapport à la sortie du nouvel album du groupe qui s'appelle Dealing with Demons. Il y a 2 parties. Je suis vraiment très content de vous proposer ça. On passe un nouveau cap par rapport à la chaîne. Alors attendez-vous à voir des interviews dans ce genre-là avec des invités tout aussi prestigieux. Pour celles et ceux qui me suivent depuis un petit moment, vous savez que j'ai cette idée de podcast qui se nomme Thrash Talking depuis un petit moment. Donc là c'est officiel, pour le premier épisode, nous avons DEZ FAFARA. Pour la petite information, vous allez voir que l'interview commence d'un coup parce qu'en fait on avait testé la veille et ça n'avait pas du tout marché. Vous allez voir que je suis très stressé au début, mais après ça va. Donc là c'est le premier épisode, on teste, on va peaufiner avec le temps. Donc les amis, si vous appréciez ce contenu-là, manifestez-vous en commentaire et n'hésitez pas à me dire comment vous avez découvert DEZ FAFARA, que ce soit avec Cold Chamber ou Devil Driver, et n'hésitez surtout pas à mettre vos titres préférés. Maintenant que tout ça c'est dit, je vous laisse avec l'entretien.
All right.
Yeah.
You got me?
Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you.
Yeah, we finally made it, man.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on. It wasn't on my side because I've been doing interviews. You know, I was doing interviews all day yesterday and all day today. So I'm glad we fixed the problem.
Okay, so that's cool. We can make it today. So thanks for
Let's
taking
go.
the time.
Yeah, let's go, bro.
Yeah, I hope you're doing well.
I am. I'm doing very well right now. Just in interview mode. Just doing a lot of interviews every single day, like probably 3 hours a day, 2-3 hours a day.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I've got a couple of questions, but you're on my YouTube channel now, so I create content every day about metal, heavy music and stuff, and it's such an honor to have you on my podcast today. So thank you for taking the time to doing that.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Thank you for supporting the record. No problem.
Yeah, I had the chance to listen the new record front to back, so it was really impressive because it's really heavy. Like, man, Devil Driver is here, man, because you have the DNA of what I've been listening to since I'm a child, because I'm 28 now, and I've discovered Devil Driver since your second record. So I'm like, that's my band. That's what I'm talking about right now. So I'm really proud to do this interview with you today. So sorry.
Thank you.
So I got a couple of questions, but on my YouTube channel, I'm not doing interview. Like, I've got my questions, you answer, and then we're going forward. I'm really like to have a real conversation with the person I'm talking to. So the last person who did that was Brent Smith from Shinedown. So you're my second guy to do that. So
cool.
So I got a couple of questions, but not enough time. So we've got the Dealing with Demons Part 2 is coming out the same day as your birthday, right?
Yeah, May 12th.
Yeah. So what was the writing process? What was the mindset? Because you did everything just in one take, or
we wrote at the same time for everything. We overwrote maybe 20, maybe more extra songs as well, just to make sure that it was all killer and no filler. Most of the time, and you're going to definitely agree with me, but when a band tries to do a double record, most of the time the second record is B-sides, leftovers.
Yeah.
And it fails. You know what I mean? So we didn't want that. And then I wanted to keep the record short as well, 36, 38 minutes. They're meant to be listened to together. Yeah. So we knew we were writing for a double record. When we recorded all of it at the same time. They were supposed to come out back to back, a year away from each other. Obviously, with the pandemic, everything that happened, that couldn't happen. We did release in 2020 in the middle of everything, when everybody was locked in their houses, which, many bands wouldn't have done because it would have been a bad business move.
Yeah.
But for me, it was like, I'm a musician. I'm an artist. I love music. That's all I do is listen to music. I collect vinyl. All day long, that's all I do. And I said, people need music now. So that's why we released Volume 1 in that time period. And it came out number, I guess, 3 or 4 in the United States, over the country, or behind Lamb of God and I guess Testament. So we did the right thing. But then in 2021, and this, I'll make a very long story short, in 2021, I contracted COVID. In the end of 2021, I almost died. It took me 15 months to actually get back to where I could walk up my stairs. I was very bad off. And I knew that I had to get myself back in shape before I released volume 2. And I wanted to tour on volume 2. So I knew that wasn't going to happen until 2023. I took all of 2022 off, walked one house up and one house back, sit down all the way to where I got on a treadmill. I could walk a mile up to where I could run 5 miles. You know what I mean? Until I knew I could come back. I have 110% tattooed on my knuckles. So unless I could do the stage the way that I do it, I didn't want to come back on stage. So 2023, I knew it was okay. We put some tours together, short tour just to start. And this was the appropriate time to release the record. And then, of course, when they came with the May 12th date, that came from the label, not us.
Really?
And I said, this is my birthday. They said, no. I said, well, I have very good luck. I have very good luck with releasing in May. The Last Kind Words, some other stuff got released in May. And that's just, it's good luck for me to release in May,
Yeah, it's a really perfect birthday gift because I'm from May the 2nd. So,
all right.
So I feel very lucky to have this record on the same month of my birthday. So talking about the record, I was like, from my point of view, sorry, I was like, DEZ FAFARA is one of the guys who I look up to since I'm a child. What kind of demons he has today to,
Many.
Really? Because
Many.
For me, you're a successful musician. You have done so many things, and I was like, does he have any demons?
I mean, what is behind success?
Yeah, for me,
hard work, hard work, hard times, a lot of stress.
Yeah,
goes behind that.
Okay.
I never look at somebody. Look at one of the richest men in the world, Elon Musk. I never look at him and say, what possible demons does he have? I say, like, fuck, he has a lot of stress. He's probably got demons that are insane haunting him. I have many demons. I mean, I got sober off of alcohol in 2016. That's a daily, make sure that I stay on top of that. I go through the same thing that the grocery store worker goes through. It doesn't matter. We're all the same on this planet. We go through the same temptations, the same people that stab us in the back, the same exact scenarios, health problems, all sorts of things. So what demons do I have? The same as the rest of humanity, a fucking lot of them. Okay. I just have the ability to be able to do lyrics and speak about them, and then maybe walk somebody through their demons and get them through their demons. Like, let's give an example. The first song that opens a record is I Have No Pity. Yeah. Somebody said, what is I Have No Pity about? I said, it's about you and it's about me. And they said, what does this mean? I said, if you call me once and say, I stepped in the shit. I said, okay, avoid the shit. And you call me a second time. I stepped in the shit again. Okay, let's get you through this. Quit stepping in the shit. But when you call me a third time and you're like, I stepped in the shit, I'm like, don't call me anymore about this, man. This is your fucking problem. I have no pity for you. Yeah. This is where this comes from. So that is considered a demon as well. The person who keeps fucking up, keeps going back to the fuck up, I don't know, man. I write about my personal experiences I see of humanity. I say this in a lot of interviews. Like, I wish I could write about dragons, but I've never seen one.
Yeah. And that's why I really like your work, because I'm French. I'm a French guy, but I've learned English through music, through lyrics, and you were one of my teachers, So when I read your lyrics, it seems like you're in my head. So maybe that's why David Driver is a very successful band, because it speaks to everyone.
Well, I mean, we're successful, but we're still on an underground level, and I like that place we're in.
Yeah.
A lot of brands, and I've been saying this a lot in interviews, I realize this, but a lot of brands have to be like Coca-Cola. Yeah. You got to keep it like Coca-Cola. You got to keep it Coca-Cola. If you try to change Coca-Cola, people are going to leave you.
It's not going to work. Yeah.
But not with Devil Driver. I mean, we're allowed to do, you know, on Dealing with Demons Volume 1, we did the song Wishing, which was an ode to my, you know, Sisters of Mercy, Bauhaus, The Cure, my goth backgrounds. And I grew up punk rock, goth, psychobilly, not metal. I found metal later on. So I don't want to say we got away with that, but if some of the bigger bands that you know in metal would have put out that song, they would have been literally fucking crucified.
Yeah.
But we don't have that happen. People say, oh, we love this. We want more of this. So we don't have any boundaries, and we're not stuck in the box. And if you listen to Devil Driver, I mean, we're on our 10th record.
Yeah.
If you listen to every record, every one of them is different. I mean, Beast sounds nothing like The Fury of Our Maker's Hand.
Yeah.
Fury of Our Maker's Hand sounds nothing like Dealing with Demons 2. So this is, I believe, true art. Keep your art form moving forward. Even if you take chances, and take great chances with art. Yeah. You know, I just said in the previous interview, actually with France as well. If you're a painter and you know that painting with red and blue paint is going to sell you $1 million, so all you do is paint with red and blue, you're not a fucking artist.
Yeah.
So don't ever skew your art to your listener, to your viewer. Never skew your art. And we've never done that. We've never done that. I mean, it goes to say we released Outlaws Till the End, which is a outlaw country cover record, heavy metal style.
I really liked it.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I actually had guys in the business call me, presidents of labels that I know, that aren't my own label, just guys that I know after 30 years, call me and say, I heard you're doing this. You're doing outlaw country songs, heavy metal style, with guests, you know, Randy Blythe and John Carter Cash, Johnny Cash's son, and Hank 3. You're going to ruin your career.
Nope.
And I was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm doing what I want to do. I'm doing what I like. I believe these artists like Johnny Cash, the lyrics are heavier than fucking black metal for me. I'm going to cover this shit. And we did it, and it charted huge. It came out massive and started a genre in the United States where there's a lot of bands doing that. So I guess what I'm saying is, like, don't ever follow the pack, man, with art. Always do the outside things. Yeah. Do what comes natural to you, and people will love it. And if you don't do that, like, people will smell bullshit a mile away.
Yeah. But you know what? That's why I'm doing this, because I'm really out of my comfort zone, because I'm the type of guy who making content. I'm also a musician, because but when I'm creating content, I'm like, I'm not gonna do the same thing. That's why I'm doing a DEZ FAFARA interview, and I'm gonna share to the world who followed me.
Here's what I think, man. Like, and I'm gonna tell you this now. Life is short, right?
Yeah.
Very short. Trust me, in 2021, I almost died. Very short. Okay. I went out of my house for 48 hours. I came home. I had 104-degree fever. I almost fucking died. Life is very short.
Yeah.
Only do what you love, man. Don't just do what you have to do to get by. Because when you close that door, when you're doing that thing you have to do just to get by, I've got to make my rent. I've got to get to this job I hate to make my rent.
Yeah.
And you keep going back, nothing is going to open up for you. No other doors will open up. Try to slam a door closed when it's not comfortable, and you'll see what happens. So only, you know, you got to do what you love. So do your, you know, if you like doing podcasts, do them.
You know, because when I saw the email with the title, I was like, really? Like, me? So fuck yeah, man, I'm gonna do this shit.
yeah. I mean, and enjoy it, man. Write cool questions, and you know, come with deeper kind of questions. I mean, it's easy to ask somebody, let me ask you about the artwork. I mean, you know, that's easy stuff, you know, but asking a question like, hey, fuck, you look like you got a lot of success, you know, Obviously, monetarily, you could have walked away from the situation a long time ago. You don't need to do this anymore. What fucking kind of demons do you have? Yeah. And I'll be like, the same everybody else does, man.
Yeah.
You know, families have things they go through. Health has things you go through. You go through shit with your friends. I have multiple businesses. I run 4 businesses at the top of my game.
Yeah.
Like that comes with a lot of stress, a lot of hours. You know, at home, I'm in my office at 5 a.m. I worked last night till midnight. I was on the phone at 5 a.m. this morning. If you can keep up with me, if you can keep up with the task, then you're going to get everything in life that you want. But you got to work. You got to go 110%. If you do anything half-ass in life, just fucking walk away from it. Don't do anything half-ass ever.
Really speaks
so
to
that's
me
my
right
advice
now.
to you.
Yeah.
That's my advice to you with your podcast, you know?
Yeah, thank you. So it's crazy because you already answered one of my questions, because I saw that you're not DEZ FAFARA, the singer of Cold Chamber and David Driver. You have so many businesses like brand clothes with Randy Blythe from Lamb of God and your family, right?
Yeah, I have Sun Cult. We started that. And then Randy is just a good friend. I mean, we bond over a lot of things, punk rock, and we bond over a lot of things.
Yeah.
He's come to the house and go surfing with me. Nice. And eventually started riding Sun Cult boards and wearing Sun Cult. And then one day I said, hey, you want to be part of Sun Cult? And he goes, I thought I already was. So, you know, so, and man, like, you know, he went on some real big tours and wears Sun Cult, and it's so awesome. My son, Kayla, I have 3 sons. My son, Kayla, runs Sun Cult. We're in almost 700 Zoomy stores, which are big stores over here in the malls in the USA. We're actually going into Tilly's, which is a huge chain in the United States. And that came from literally me and my family sitting on the beach. We made one T-shirt. We made one surfboard. Everybody asked me, what are those? We started making more, handing them out. But that's one of the businesses that we do. I also have a huge management company.
Yeah, Oracle Management, right?
The Oracle Management, where my wife is a CEO.
Nice.
Caleb is also a manager and assistant. I'm a manager, and we have 2 other assistants. So we run, you know, that's early mornings. That's a lot of work. You know, I don't take that lightly, managing a band's career. And I've got some great artists, and I love all my artists, and all of my artists that I have. I love their music, and I love them as people, and I love working with them. Yeah. So again, only do what you love. I've only had a few artists that I don't like working with, and I'm not working with them anymore. Okay. You know, yeah. So you got to enjoy what you do. I also day trade. So I've been putting I've been putting money into stocks since 1993.
Okay.
So I'm a smart musician.
Yeah.
And I love crypto.
Me too. What kind of crypto you have to? If it's
I have Doge. I have Bitcoin. I have Ethereum. I have Ethereum Classic.
Yeah.
I've got some Shibu.
Really? The Shibu makes me really rich. I was like, I'm gonna put some money on it and let's see what happened. I was like, oh shit, man, I can buy my house.
It's like that. It's like that. So yes, with that income stream is insane. If you know how to do it, if you know how to do it right. But we sit there with a couple computers up, and you know, we're watching stocks daily. I'm into a lot of stocks. I own a lot of, like, you know, Boeing, which is, you know, airplanes. I own Beyond Meat. Okay. I own a lot of different stock. AI. I own a ton of stock. So, you know, I would say if you're in your 20s and you're watching this, it's easy to say, but hard to do. Yeah. Take $10 out of every $100 you make. $10 out of every $100 you make, and put it into a stock, and don't look at it for 20 years.
Yeah, that's what I did with Ethereum and Doge and Shiba and other stuff.
Look at what Bitcoin and look what Doge did last week. I mean, it was going up, just up. And as soon as it got up, I snapped out before it fell back down to 7. And when it got back down to 68, boom, I was back in. Yeah. And I'm not in with $5. You know what I mean?
It's pretty cool to talking about this with you, man.
I mean, thing with me, right? And it goes back to probably why I left Cold Chamber at the time that I did, at the height of my game, to start new Devil Driver. I love new business. Yeah. I love new businesses. And building a house. I was raised in a construction family. Very blue collar, very blue collar. Okay. So I love when a house is getting built, and businesses are just like that for me. Like, let's build business. Let's see if we can do this better than everybody. The point is, if you give it more hours, more time, more love, you're going to get farther than the next guy. And that's always been my mode of operandi.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because it's crazy because you're talking about this and you seem like a very family guy. I don't know if you can say that in English, but you're very close to your family and you make everything with your family. That's pretty cool. Did you grow up like this in a family, very supportive family, or did you learn to do it with your wife for your kids?
My mother was very supportive, but I had a couple different stepfathers, and they were not at all supportive, or not at all like I am with my sons.
Yeah.
You know, to say that I got beat up when I was a kid was pretty much it. I've never struck children. We're best friends. So we're an Italian family. I do everything with them.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to release a huge cannabis brand. And my youngest, Simon, who actually is a singer, sounds a lot like me.
Yeah. I heard that.
Is going to probably end up co-running that with my other son, Caleb, as well.
Okay.
So I would much rather work with my familia than anyone else. It's the only people you can trust. No one cares for your happiness. Don't tell people your happiness, because no one gives a shit. Your best friend, your best friend's girlfriend, she doesn't give a fuck about your happiness. There's jealousy everywhere. That's another demon.
Yeah.
The demon. Okay. So share very unfrequently your wins, work with your familia, and keep your circle very tight. I'm very, very private, man.
Yeah.
Very, very private. I mean, the record label's trying to get me to open a TikTok, and I'm like,
no.
You know, man, look, I almost want to get rid of
yeah.
You know, and I know it sounds old, right? It does, man. If you're 18 years old and you're watching this, you know, and you're a fan of, and me saying I want to get rid of all my social media, that's basically suicide in my business.
Yeah, but that's why when I'm talking about artists in my videos, I'm like really tight on the fact to be authentic. And sometimes you have artists who making TikToks and stuff, but you know it's fake, right? So it's if you tell me you're gonna make a TikTok account, I was like, man, DEZ FAFARA from DEZ Driver gonna make TikToks, dance and shit? No,
I'm not do dance. And then somebody said, well, maybe you cook, maybe, and I'm like, I cook for my family. That's private. Yeah. I do most of the cooking in the house. No.
Yeah, that's for my boundaries.
Familia, like it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So I you know, I don't know. I have an autobiography coming out.
Yeah, so that
between June and August, okay, on Rare Bird Books. It's done, it's edited. It'll give you a real glimpse of like my childhood and the kind of rough upbringing I actually had to where I'm at now. Okay. And I'm
really excited about the book, by the way. I can't wait to read what you had in mind in your life and stuff.
I think it was a time, because I am like one of the most private guys in the business. I mean, I don't do a ton of interviews. I do interviews on a record, but not a ton. Yeah. I do very few video interviews. I think on this record cycle, with you included, I've done maybe 4 video.
Oh, thank you, man.
I'd rather audio, hear my voice. You hear me talking about the music. You're not looking at like what's behind me or what my shirt is. You know, it just feels, you know, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to be a private person in this business. Yeah. I've managed to walk that line, but the older I get, the more I withdraw from wanting to post every day. And, you know, even right now on Instagram, on my front page, I'm taking a break for maybe a week or 2.
Yeah. And so your post, yeah.
My record comes out. Like, singers don't take a break before the record come out on social media. But, you know, I feel like I need a break from that. I don't want to be scrolling. I don't want to be thinking about my next post right now. I want to be thinking about my businesses, getting ready for the next tour, routing my goal. You know, I've got other shit to do that's more important. So, yeah. You know, hopefully we stay as big as we are without all of that other extra TikTok and all that bullshit. And, you know, I've seen it too, where bands have, whatever, 150, 200,000 followers on Instagram, and you go to their show and there's 100 people there, and there's 100 fucking people there.
Yeah. That's crazy.
You got 500,000 followers on Instagram, and there's 1,200 people at your show. Like, what does that say? What does that say to work social media?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a few artists actually that I manage that are like real true artists as well. Like, they're also painters and like kind of, they're introverts. And I really I like working with them. I may not hear from them as much as I want because we're both introverts, right?
Yeah, you're
but
the same.
I enjoy watching that kind of artist. I mean, I grew up, I'm going to date myself, right? But I grew up listening I grew up listening to my parents' records, right? Where it was like The Doors and Steppenwolf and Led Zeppelin and and like I fell in love with Jim Morrison and The Doors long before anybody else, man. Like, I was like, even at third, fourth grade, coming home and listening to that. And I enjoyed the fact that he was, very private as well. You know what I'm saying? And very fucking introverted as an artist. Right. So, I don't know.
It keeps you to be authentic. So that's great for us.
I continuously say it too. Look, and I don't know, want to repeat myself, but like, if you have 4 years in this business, it's a big deal. If you get 3 records in 7 years in this business, thank the stars. If you get 10 to 12 years in this business and 4, 5, 6 records, get on your knees until they bleed and thank the universe.
Yeah.
But if you get, I'm on my 10th record with Devil Driver and another 6 with Cold Chamber. If you get 16 records and whatever it is, 28, 29 years in the business, like, I wake up every day so humble and so appreciative and so thankful. And those aren't words I just throw around, man. Like, literally, when I open my eyes in the morning and realize I'm alive, I go, thank you. And you may say, like, well, who are you thanking? And I'm like, I'm thanking the universe, which is very plainly listening to me, I mean, I believe in manifesting a lot of shit. You can manifest your destiny. If you just literally think your shit into manifesting into reality, it'll happen. And I've done a lot of that with my life. And I think the privacy factor has helped. The fact that, I'm not going to go to your Christmas party. I'm not going to your Grammy after party. I don't really want to hang out backstage. Like,
just
sorry.
To keep your distance. Yeah.
Yeah. And and it's not because like, oh, he's a dick. No, really. No. I'm an empath. And I'm backstage with 15, 20 people, and I smell the bullshit, and I see the ego, and I'm like, I'm fucking out of here, man. I'm gonna go watch Star Wars. Like,
it's toxic. So DEZ, we have not enough time. It's crazy because we can talking about for hours.
I show on my side 5 more minutes.
Oh yeah,
that's what I'm seeing right
now.
So if you have a couple more, well, I'll tell you when we can wrap it up. But I think we have 5 more.
Okay, so what about the tour? When are you coming in France and hanging out together and watching Star Wars or stuff?
As soon as the doctors say that I can fly, because high altitude and long flights are bad for me right now.
Oh, okay.
I have a tiny bit of inflammation still in my lower heart from COVID that didn't go away.
Oh shit.
So I have to wait until I get the okay, because if I take a long flight, I could die. So, I don't know if it's going to happen next year, at the end of next year. I have some appointments in December and then one in February next year. So let's see what happens. At that point, it'll be too late to get festivals for next year. So I'm thinking that that's going to happen in 2025. Okay. And what got me through COVID, especially when I was saying goodbye to my family, and when my wife, all members of Cold Chamber and everybody saying, hey, DEZ might be dying, you should call him. What got me through was music. And what got me through is being able to know that I'm going to get back on stage again. I'm going to make one more record and get back on stage one more time. That's all I wanted. So right now I'm writing, which is great for a new record. I just got on stage. I did 3 weeks in the United States to almost sold out shows. Great.
Nice.
So now let me look forward. But that's the only thing that got me through this, is wanting to get fucking back on stage again.
Yeah, because the world needs needs Devil Driver, needs new music, needs to read your lyrics and feeling very connected to you, because you might be that kind of person who keep his distances, but it seems like I know you since forever, so that's pretty crazy about your work and your work ethic, and so thanks for that.
You're welcome. I think it's better that you get to know me personally through my lyrics than you get to know me through fucking TikTok doing a funny dance.
Yeah, because I read that like you don't like talking about the meaning of your lyrics. You're more like, take your shit and you're gonna make it.
Right, you'll see it about something else, and somebody else will see it about something else, and I don't want to ruin what you think the song is about and you know what it means to you. But with Dealing with Demons, it's like every single song has a definite meaning, so now is the time to talk about it. This relationship broken, that song is about the lack of spirituality between us and a higher source, and how that's left because of organized religion, and how, or you know, how that's being viewed now, spirituality. Like there's a lot of deep shit in Dealing with Demons 1 and 2, and each one of those songs has an accurate meaning that I'm definitely going to paint the picture. Now on the next records, I may say, hey, figure it out for yourself, but on Dealing, I definitely want to like let people know what I was talking about, you know?
So yeah, so people are gonna have the chance to listen that front to back. May
12th.
Yeah, I forgot the right word. So I saw time is running out. I don't have any more questions, but I really like to do this. So thank you. If you got any words to my audience or something, you're free. You can say everything.
Yeah, thank you for all your support over the years. It means a great deal. I don't ever fucking take it for granted. If you've bought a ticket to a show, bought a record since 1994, 5, whatever, if you've ever bought a t-shirt, if you've ever sent me something, you know, a hello on Instagram or my Twitter, which I actually deleted Twitter. I got yelled at for that, but I deleted it. Like, because it's so bullshit politics over there. I just want to say thank you. You know, thank you very much, man. It means a great deal to me. And I just keep it in my heart that, you know, if I keep doing art, people will keep coming to the table and accepting me to the table to have dinner with them. And I thank everybody for letting me at the table to have dinner with them all these years, you know?
Nice. So I saw you 4 times. I can't wait to see you the 5 times. So
thanks. I want to come to fucking Hellfest, man.
Yeah.
That's like summer, bro.
It's gonna be crazy. David, I saw you at Hellfest 2020, 12. I don't know.
No, 2017 or 18, maybe.
Yeah.
All I know is the last time that we played there, it's fucking insanity.
Yeah.
So I can't wait. You know, I'm, like I said, I have these tests at the end of this year and then in February, and hopefully everything is going well and I can fly. And when I get the okay, I'm going to book a fucking very long tour.
Yeah. I hope to.
Yeah.
So thanks for that, man. And see you in hell.
I'll see you in not in hell.
No?
I don't think anybody cool wants to go to hell.
Yeah, but I mean Hellfest, right?
Oh yeah. Do it hell, but also as well as that, you know, I just want to point the picture of like darkness is cool, but when you really get fucking surrounded by it, you may not want to be there. I'll see you at hell, my brother.
Yeah. Take care. Bye.
Take care, bro.
Ooh. Yeah. Je l'ai fait. Putain. DEZ FAFARA dans mon salon de chez Lucas, de mon ordinateur. Fuck driver, you know? Shit. Pardon.